And I'm going to hand the call over to Crystal, who's standing in for Katie today and leading our practice. Thanks for being with us, Crystal. So appreciate you.
I feel so lucky to be invited to facilitate today. I am always like, if Katie's not somewhere and I'm expecting her to be, I'm always like, "Aw, wah, wah." I wanted Katie. So, um, I'll start with that, but also, um, yeah, Katie is pretty much with me everywhere I go because ever since I read Conscious Loving in 2009, I um I have been wanting to, I don't know, dive in deep and go into the deep with all of this stuff that Gay and Katie have put together for us, shared with us. What do they call it? Kitchen tested, bedroom approved practices. So uh looping, I share with all of my massage students, all of my yoga students. It it truly is the best way I have increased my intuition. Like I do a bunch of, things to grow my ability to know things without knowing them. And the looping really is the like non-woo-woo way that I have found to to know things. So I'm looping with each of you right now. I invite you to loop with each other. And the two for me, I like to loop with my breath too, like breathe in like into my hata, into my center, into my gut, into like a couple fingers below my belly button for a couple of those looping moments. And then one for you. Hi, Sherry. And then one for me and my belly, and then one for me for my like where my outsides sort of meet the space around me. And then one for you, Patricia. And then two for me. And so I invite you to do that with each other right now. And even if you want, you can um, let's be weird and wild, and you can unmute or like text in the chat who you just looped with, and let's see if we can feel each other, tap into each other, and so we can be a little more interactive if you want, and notice in your own self when you're looping in, did somebody just loop with me? What what body sensations changed in me that that one moment when I came back into myself? Did I feel a little extra tightness in my chest, or a little pressure in my head? Is my mouth watering? So I invite you to, yeah, one for you, one for me. I invite you to get curious about the body sensations that you notice when you're looping in. Yeah. I invite you to notice what your mind is doing too, if there are any thoughts that come to mind, or memories, or feelings. For example, I just had a memory of Marianne singing one time at a and then as I'm looping in, I'm noticing and remembering, rereading the appreciation that Alice wrote me for our LAT graduation, which I read those appreciations often. So yeah, this looping practice. And I love the idea of looping with people that aren't even here too. Like I often will just loop with my mom and give my loving attention to myself, and sort of not try to change anything going on inside myself, but notice lately I've been noticing sort of an undercurrent of percolating like nervousness or stress or like and so using that opportunity to be with those sensations and that sort of paradox of like everything is love and expanded, but also like ah wandering into that with just gentle curiosity. And then bringing in the like as a body worker, bringing a love scoop in is so natural to me. Just to place my hands on myself anywhere is so easeful and grounding and softening. So adding that hands-on practice of visualizing and seeing and knowing that everything is all love, and then cultivating that love and then placing it in and on myself. So I invite you to do that also. Give yourself a moment to even using your breath for that also. Like as you breathe in, let the hands land. And then as you breathe out, like cultivate that pool of love elixir and then scoop up that elixir of love and place it anywhere on yourself. Had a yoga teacher who would always like do this move that I loved watching her do when she would like chant and sing. And so I love like the imagining like stirring that love and then scooping it and bringing it in. Hmm. Appreciate you all for being here, staying here, even though it's my face on the screen instead of Katie's. But also, let's do a love scoop and a an appreciative looping with Katie, just for ease of travel and including Katie's dynamic, um, creative love. Loop some of our own and a little bit more of our own with a scoop of that love, and then all for Katie and Gay. And then the card I picked for today, which I think is nice because sometimes when I loop, I get like, ooh, kind of light. So root. Let's go ahead and root into this photo and this collage of the doorway and the tree and the river and the grass and the fields. And just notice how you feel as you cultivate this image inside yourself as you loop in. What are your body sensations telling you? And feel free to put those body sensations in the chat. Or if you feel extra wild, you can unmute and tell us what you're feeling in your body. For example, I'm just feeling a little pressure in my head, like right at my temples. But
I'm feeling a clenched jaw, but also I'm rooting down to my feet and trying to let go of the clenching.
hmm, I feel a more heaviness in my body looking at this photo and this collage, seeing and feeling like how sometimes I can be like up and out with my attention, and then how this collage is actually bringing me a little home, closer to home. Hmm, lovely. And then so let's look at the words for this card. And do I have a volunteer who wants to read the words? You might have to scoot your Zoom around to find. There we go. Yeah.
I'll read
Go
if
ahead,
you'd like.
Sherry. Thanks, Sherry.
I recognize the leaving quality of my body fleeing and easily shift into the root stance of grounded presence, feeling my feet solidly here. Nice.
I like to match when people read sometimes or speak. It helps me to pay attention. So with my hands, I just matched with you as you were reading that. And then now I've got my feet kind of wide and I've got my hands on my thighs and I can feel my booty on the chair and I'm taking this rooted stance, grounding in. And notice your body sensations now. Feel free to unmute and say what they are, or say in the chat what your body sensations are. All that pressure in my head is completely gone. I feel really smooth throughout my back. Feel a little shaky in my legs. Mm. All right. Are you rooted? Do you feel scooped and looped? Let's do our Presence Connect play. I got Fear Melters for presencing. Giving that oozing, wiggling. Got my hand on my belly for my love scoop, and I was already rooting. I'm having the image of my brain doing this in its neuroscience and its neurochemistry, like all my neurons sort of oozing and rooting and wiggling and scooping with each other as those axons and dendrites, send the chemicals through from neuron to neuron. And connect is appreciate everyone as a work of art. So this one, I remember a game or like an activity called The Wizard of Oz, where we would like have a partner and then just ooh and ah them. So I invite you to perhaps add that as you appreciate, like you're at an art museum and ah. Hmm. And remember yourself. If you have your video on, you can look at yourself and be like, ooh, ooh, ah, hmm. Hmm. And then let's play by turning words into sound, which you were kind of just doing that if you added your ah to appreciating each other as a work of art. Hmm. Ah. Choo, 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 choo. Feel free to unmute and add your voice into the room.
Thank you for an incredible way to open the day. Really
The
nice.
day, the day, the day, the day, the day.
Ooh, coo, 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 coo.
Yeah, the morning doves here.
Ooh.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Ah, cha
Hmm.
cha 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 cha. Wonderful.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now I'm kind of doing everything all at once here, seeing you as works of art and seeing sounds become words, become sounds, sounds become words, feeling into that rooting sensation. Ooh, definitely looping the ocean right there. The ocean inside ourselves with our little islands of experience.
Turn my camera around again so you can all loop with this.
Yes, show us. Oh. Mm,
Hmm.
yeah. Appreciate you all for being willing to go with the flow and have a surprise facilitator. Appreciate you all for rooting with me here and cultivating this love and tenderness for these practices and for ourselves and for expanding our ability to grow nervous systems that can give and receive more love.
Thank you so much, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Feel
Thank
oozy
you.
love.
Yeah.
Mm. Thank you. And
Yeah.
anyone wants to stay on to chat afterwards, feel free. Otherwise, we'll see you and Katie next week. Thanks so much, Crystal.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bravo.
everyone for being here.